Hello everyone, and during this video we're going to be drawing an orthographic projection of this isometric chair. The orthographic projection is going to be drawn in this given grid. Now, since it is in third angle, the front view is going to be on the bottom left, the end view is going to be right next to the front, and the plan, which is whatever we see from the top, is going to be drawn on top of our front view. Now I'm going to first start constructing the front view, which is whatever I see from this side. Now the first line that I'm going to be constructing is going to be the baseline, which is 40 plus 10. 40 millimeters is the seat, and 10 millimeters is the width of the chair's legs. Now my grid is 10 millimeters by 10 millimeters. So let's count 5 squares to amount 15 millimeters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's mark a very light line. Now the height of our chair is going to be that of 50 plus 20, which is 17 millimeters. So let's go ahead and mark down the back of our chair. Then the back and the bottom leg are both 10. So first let's draw the bottom leg, which is that of 10 millimeters width and 20 millimeters height. Then let's draw the other leg, which is 30 millimeters high, including the width of the seat. So let's go ahead and mark it that seat is 10 millimeters. Let's go to our grid, go to that point, and go up 30 millimeters. Now let's draw the line of the seat, which is 40 millimeters in length. Now let's continue by constructing the back of the chair, which is 40 millimeters up. Now let's complete the front leg of our chair, which is 10 millimeters in width and 20 millimeters in length. So that's 20 millimeters high and 10 millimeters in width. Let's continue by completing the seat, and then let's complete the back. And there you have it. That is the front view of our isometric chair. Now let's leave a 10 millimeter gap of space for the end view. And let's start. Let's start by drawing this line, this side line over here. So that is the same height of our chair. So let's go ahead and project a line onto our end view, since it is the same height. Now let's draw the other side line. Now let's move on by drawing this bottom line of our seat by projecting the line from the front view, and let's complete the 2 front legs of the chair. Each leg is 10 millimeters wide. Now let's darken the bottom line of our chair, and now let's do the top line of our seat. And that is our completed end view. So this is the front view. Let's go ahead and label that. And this is our end view. And on top of our front, we're going to have the plan. So right here, let's label this view as plan. Now to quickly draw the plan, I'm going to be using this projection line, this 45-degree projection line. Let's darken it a little bit so you could all see. And now we're going to be drawing the width of the plan, which could be easily taken from the end. So let's project the sidelines of our chair onto our plan. Now the length of our plan is going to be taken from the front view. Now as you could see here, we're going to be projecting this line over here onto our plan, and the other line of the back. So let's project the line to create the back of our chair. And then let's project the line for our front of the chair. Now let's complete the back by projecting the line to give us the thickness of the back. And now let's complete the plan by drawing the sidelines. Now the plan is not finished yet, as we still have to show where the 2 front legs of the chair and the 2 back legs are going to be. So as we know, each leg is 10 by 10. However, we could easily project those lines from the end view by using the projection line. So let's go ahead and do that now. So let's project the width of our end. And let's project the length of each leg from the front view. Now, as we all know, if we had to look at the chair from the plan, we would not be able to see the legs of the chair. So, to show the viewer where the legs are, we're going, instead of drawing solid lines, we're going to be drawing hidden lines to give this extra information of where the legs are. And that is the completed orthographic projection of this isometric chair. Now in this example, rather than using a grid, we're going to be using a set square. to draw this orthographic projection, this third angle orthographic projection of this table. So here we have the front, the end, and the plan. Now the front is already finished for us, and we are going to be completing the end and plan views. Now to use my set square, I'm going to first place the ruler onto the baseline and then rest my set square on it. Now let's continue with the end. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is to project all lines from the front view, such as the height and the width of the table itself, onto the end view. Because as we all know, the height of the table is the same for the front and the end. The width of the top part of the table is once again the same, and even the baseline. So let's project the width of the upper part of the table. And technically, the baseline, we already have those two lines finished for us, those two lines which represent the two legs that we're seeing from the end. Now let's use our set square to complete the legs of our table. Make sure that you hold your ruler well, otherwise the lines will not turn out straight. Now, since the corners of my set square are a bit round, I'm going to be completing the lines that we have just made with a ruler. Now, to draw the plan view, I'm going to be projecting all of the vertical lines from my end view onto the plan. Now I'm going to be projecting them by using that 45-degree projection line. Now I'm going to be taking the length of the plan from the front view, because as we can see they are the same. So let's do that with a ruler. All we have to do is project all of the vertical lines from the front to the plan. Now let's continue by projecting the lines from the end, which are now on the projection line, on the 45-degree projection line. And let's project them at a 45-degree angle once more onto our plan. So let's hold the set square like this. Hold the ruler securely in place and then project your lines. Please keep all lines as light as possible at this point. We will be darkening our outlines later on. Now let's project those two lines, which represent the length of each leg of the table. Let's project the other one. And now let's darken the outlines. So the plan is a square top And since the plan is square, the end is going to be the same as the front. So let's darken the outlines on the end view. Now the plan is not yet finished. We still have to show the viewer where each leg is located. Now each line which represents the leg of the table has already been projected onto the plan, so all is left for us is to, rather than drawing solid lines, we're going to be drawing hidden lines. So we're going to show where the legs of the table are by drawing hidden lines to show the viewer that these legs are located behind the top part of our table. And there you go, this is the finished third angle orthographic projection of this isometric table.